bro.
Hey, Johan, brah. What's up, brah? Come at me,
What's
brah.
up?
What's up, brah? What's wrong with your camera? You want me to come over there and smack you upside the head? What's going on, man? Turn your camera on. You turn into a woman out of a
I
sudden.
can turn it off. I can
Oh, you turn
turn it
into a
on
woman.
because I'm
Just kidding.
no, I'm in the gym.
Ooh, you're making yourself pretty. Are we?
More.
More.
Yeah.
Even more. That's
You know.
unbelievable. Freakish.
Yeah.
Wow. You know where, Liana, you know where Johan is right now? At the gym, making himself even more pretty, making himself even prettier than we know him. I already thought he was perfect, but, you know, to each his own.
I said the same, but Paola is not.
Paola disagrees.
Agree.
For whatever reason.
Yeah,
okay.
Paola disagree with me.
Oh,
so
wow.
I have to continue doing that.
You have to step it up to the next level.
I don't want she change me.
You want Paola to call you flaco.
Yeah, again.
Again.
She used to do that.
She used to do that. Okay.
Not anymore.
And here we have Nancy. She's wearing a bebe jacket. Bebe. She's wearing a bebe jacket. And Edward looking very astute, wearing his glasses. Juan Carlos, is that a new haircut? Is that the military haircut? You look very... Internet issues.
Juan Carlos freezing.
Yeah. You cannot say anything beautiful or good or well-meaning to Juan Carlos because his internet freezes.
Could you hear me?
Juan Carlos, you look good. Juan Carlos, you look good today.
Could you hear me? Because
no, you're frozen. You see? Every time. Tell him something beautiful. Like, Juan Carlos, you're so smart.
We're gonna buy a new microphone for Juan Carlos.
The camera don't agree with you.
The camera doesn't agree.
Doesn't agree with you because
the camera doesn't lie. Okay. And Johan is at the gym, but we don't know because he hasn't shown us around. So me personally, I don't believe him. I think he's bluffing. You know, like I'm at the gym and he's probably eating bread.
Yeah, I'm going to
turn on the camera.
Okay, turn it on. Turn it on. Let us see a set.
Wait. Hold your horses.
Yeah, and don't be looking for for a background. Just
yeah, I'm going to say the truth. The gym is
closed.
A bar. It's a pub.
It's a bar.
So I'm in a pub. Yeah.
It's a pub.
Okay, turn it on. Let me see. I don't believe you either. Oh, it's just nice, man. Me. Can you go like this? You know, like make a bump.
No, are you
just for me? Just for me. It's my fantasy. Just. Oh, nice! Wow, what a view, huh? What do you think, Liana? Look at that. A gym with a view.
Yes, what a nice view.
Fantastic.
I can't say anything.
It's in the 10th floor.
That's like for rich people, right? Right, Eddie? That's like rich people. That's the way rich people live.
Luxury people.
I know.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
luxury people.
Okay.
Lucky people.
I think so. You're very lucky.
You have a similar view. I think it's better.
Nah, mine is okay. I see all the garbage from my place.
Yeah, it's because the location of your apartment
too high, so I see all the muck over the city, like all the smog. And Nancy's also with a nice view. We have never seen the view from Nancy's apartment.
The countryside.
Is today cold, Nancy? She's wearing a jacket, so maybe today's cold.
Now it's raining, so it's too cold. And I'm
cold. It's like Cecilia, also known as Aolani. in the other course, she tells us that in Tijuana, sometimes the temperature goes down as low as 0 degrees.
Wow.
That's not
Nancy.
Mexico for me. I think that's more like Alaska, but not Mexico. That's terrible,
No,
you
here
know.
the
Nancy.
morning. Yeah.
Can you show us the landscape in your window? Your window?
My window?
Yes.
Yeah.
Outside, overlooking.
Oh, I don't have a good view. It's
You
only
don't have a good view?
my landscape. But now, let me check.
Ooh, it's
Okay.
cold. Look at her face. She's
¿Cómo le
cold.
volteo esto?
Ah, how do you flip it?
You are so gospy.
Flip the camera. Yeah, everybody here.
Yeah, a little bit, my friend.
Colombians, by the way, Colombians, by the
lot.
way, we're all
Normally.
nosy. We're all
Several
pretty
times. You are so gospy.
we're a whole bunch of busybodies. See what's going on over there.
Oh,
Oh,
beautiful.
sorry, I don't know
Uh,
how, but this is my view.
That's your view.
So it's too
Okay.
cloudy. And it's
It's a cloudy sky today in
I like rain.
Cloudy, yes.
Mexico City.
Foggy
Yeah.
sky.
Yeah. And it's cold.
Que pesar.
Yeah.
For a chain.
What a shame. I prefer blue skies. But it's also been the same here in Medellín, the same story, just cloudy,
Thank you, Nancy.
low sky. Thank you, Nancy. You're so nice. Thank you. Liana, do you have a view? By the
It's
by?
okay.
Liana
No,
has a view.
just the street.
It's just, you know, flat. Pretty much
Yeah.
most of the states is flat, right?
Mhm.
Juan Carlos has a view? No, it's pretty flat in Palmira
Look
too.
at look at the view.
Oy,
Oh,
The
yes.
pink girl.
It's peeing.
Chile, my little
Peeing, a
bird.
peeing view. Just
No,
peeing.
no.
it's normally, that is normally.
Johan
Juan
says
Carlos.
she's peeing.
It's my view, but it's for night.
It's a nice
for,
view.
for late for night late time.
Ah, okay.
No kids.
No kids around.
No kids around, exactly. over 18 and
Oh.
plus.
18 and plus. Okay. Very nice. What about you, Eddie? Do you have a view at your place?
No, my view is, no, it's just dark. Let
The
me,
view is dark.
let me 1 second. I'm gonna change the camera
Mhm.
here. I don't know. How can I change the
How
view?
can you flip it?
Ah, okay. It's dark.
Okay, yes. It's getting dark now in San Antero.
Yes.
But I like that sky, evening sky. It looks nice. I think it's warm in San Antero today, right? Is it warm?
Yes. No, every day.
Every day.
Every day is warm.
How
Okay,
many
nice.
people are there here? Are there,
Where?
Edward, in San
Where?
Antero?
In
How
San
many
Antero?
people?
Sorry, can you repeat?
How many people are there in San Antero?
The population of San Antero.
Population, exactly.
Around population, I don't know.
Is ask the people hand,
And raise your
Hand
hands.
the
to
hand.
count it. Good idea. Yeah, okay.
know.
So by the way,
for ChatGPT, absolutely. I'm sorry.
exactly. By the way, I was trying to get the video for our episode because I was going to do an activity, but I couldn't because I was looking and I couldn't find a place. I was looking for torrents and different things. I couldn't. So couldn't get the video. A friend of mine has the whole collection, but he was busy. We were unlucky. I couldn't get a video. I knew where to get it, but when I went there, it was not available anymore. And my friend was not available today. In other words, no video. So I was thinking, okay, we can listen again, but I think that's not the same experience. So I apologize. Maybe what we can do today is do Wimpy Kid again, and maybe we decide if next week we do twice Curb or we go back to Wimpy and Curb. But yeah, I thought that today we could continue with Wimpy Kid, so we don't stumble around and waste time. So without further ado, here's Wimpy again. Give me just a second. I apologize again. Completely my fault. I should have checked before making the decision because I have other episodes that I could use. Yeah. So sorry. And let's go back to Wimpy Kid. Yesterday we were talking about different things. I think that we were talking about a soccer match, Manny's soccer match, and the fact that they lost, and the fact that the losers also got a trophy, which was the debatable issue. I don't know. What do you think? Losers should get trophies? You know? I don't know.
Maybe.
When trophies
Maybe.
is good. When
One
trophy
trophy is good.
okay. Yeah.
Right? I mean, that it shows the level of focus, commitment, work, intensity. It's a way to reward the effort. If you don't make enough, if you don't make the cut, remember, if you don't make the cut, why should you receive a trophy? All right. Participation trophy, is that what it's called? All right. So let's continue, my friends. Here it is, Wimpy. Wimpy Kid at its most glorious. Get a little out of control. Stunk. But normally taken figuratively. Right? It didn't help. Goalie, goalkeeper, right? Stuff, to put things inside. And belly button is the thing that is in the middle of your belly where you were connected to your mommy when you were a fetus. Remember that you say in the end, or you say at the end of whatever. Remember that you normally say on the team. And remember that this is very colloquial. Back when. The back is completely unnecessary, but Liana uses that all the time, right? Back when I was in Mexico, the chimichangas were better than here. I'm sorry to bring that up now, but this Mexican food is awful, right? Remember that Liana had a bad experience recently that she went out with friends to eat at a Mexican restaurant and it was anything but. Yeah, the food was anything but Mexican. Back when. All right, by the way, if you want to score higher, for example, for people like Juan Carlos, who's going to be taking the IELTS test soon, back when is just a way to make people, to fool people into believing that you have a higher level. Sometimes those colloquial expressions are kind of things you drop here and there and people are like, wow, she said this, he said this. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. Liana.
They were good trophies too. They were gigantic and made of metal, not cheap plastic like the ones handed out when I was little. And no kid was more proud to get his trophy than Tucker Remy. Clap, 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 clap.
Onomatopoeia. Clap, clap, clap. Any questions here? I love this. You could say plastic. That'll be fine, right? But that one too is more powerful, right? Cheap plastic. I love that, cheap plastic. Just saying, cheap plastic communicates something more tangible than just, oh, it was not plastic, no, cheap plastic. Yeah, next time you go to a place and they give you like plastic, whatever, wine in plastic cups. That's the most horrible thing, the most horrendous thing. You know, like, oh my God, cheap plastic wine.
That story
Yeah.
your daughter likes with the cheap plastic things from China.
I told my wife, you know, like one day, because, you know, like they go out with my wife and she buys things. And I sometimes make these remarks that I shouldn't. I know I have. Sometimes I just let my mouth run free. And I say, more plastic when they enter with new things. You know, like the kids are like, yeah. You know, they come with things, you know, plastic things. And I'm like, more plastic. And then my wife, she waits. She doesn't say anything at that moment. But then over weeks, she just throws that in my face. Oh, cheap plastic. You buy a lot of cheap plastic here. Anyway, cheap plastic. I like that. Like the ones handed out. Love it. Phrasal verb.
It's possible, a question, Dave.
It is
It's possible to say that cheap plastic when in a love deception example, in a metaphoric in metaphoric way, for example.
Like that woman is made of cheap plastic. I like
Cheap
that.
plastic girl.
Yeah,
Blanca.
because your time with
That woman
me
is
was,
garbage.
cheap plastic.
In other words, that woman is
Exactly,
garbage.
exactly.
That woman is made of cheap plastic, not even plastic.
Our time together was cheap plastic.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know.
right.
My question is this expression can be used for metaphoric way or
Of
not?
course. Yeah. Only make sure that it really fits. So, you know, it doesn't sound weird. But yeah. And then
A
again,
poem,
here.
a poem. A poem.
A poem. Yeah, a poem.
With cheap
Hand out. Love it. Hand out. Distribute. Don't use the verb distribute because some people, and this I'm going to ask of Liana, so you don't take my word. Liana, sometimes there are words that, of course, you've been through school and you've seen part of the world, you know, a portion of the world. So you're well-traveled. You probably come from a good family. You've been to school. You've learned another language. You're different. But you know that there are people that are simpler, much simpler. And if you say things like distribute, they won't understand that, right? Because those words that are Latin are kind of sophisticated. They got that, like that next level for American minds or mindsets. Because American minds take little pieces and put them together. I mean, that's the way the language is constructed. And then that other kind of language that is more attached to Latin roots is a more sophisticated variety. It happened to me sometimes when I was in America. I would use certain words that, you know, like resonated with me because they sound Spanish. So I would say things like distribute, and people would be like, oh, Fabian is very, very smart. His vocabulary, and it's not. It's just Spanish translated into English. Yeah. Or, oh, you're so formal. Oh, no, it's not formal. I'm very informal. Believe me. Just, I'll show you another face of me.
The only time that I hear distributed used is in reference to drugs, honestly.
I don't know, because I don't
I
know
don't
anything
either,
about
but
drugs.
just from hearing from people.
You step right into it. Just
The-
kidding,
he-
Liana.
The Jibaro distribute the cocaine.
Exactly. Johan has a question.
I was going to ask something about, but I think Liana answered my question. It was that, where can I use distribute, or in which aspect is recommended?
Did you ask when or where? Because that's a different
in
question.
which situation?
Okay.
In which kind of situation? It can be when and where. Depends of the answer.
In the Antioquia neighborhood, compañero.
Exactly.
And why? And why also?
I don't know actually.
En Barrio Antioquia. Ahí por su casa.
Yeah, I understood, but I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, you don't know? Oh, you don't know either.
No,
you know,
because,
like, oh, nobody knows anything about
Edu
drugs here, right? I mean, like,
I don't know.
everybody here
I
is pure.
yeah,
pristine.
Edu Edu had come sometimes to the
No.
airport. It's near there. So
Airport
thank you,
is
Edu,
close
for
to Barrio
your-
Antioquia.
My friend,
Yeah.
I don't know. I hear that, but
Oh, you
I
hear.
don't buy anything in that place.
Don't
Yeah,
worry. That's normal.
For
Edu.
Liana's general culture, Barrio Antioquia is a distribution hub in the city. Just, you know, because you never know, Liana, not judging. All right, so hand it out is a phrasal verb, right? Use it, don't say distribute. Say, for example, Elizabeth is in the office and I say, oh, Michael, we need to distribute these documents to the people that are going to come to the meeting. No. Say, Michael, we need to hand out these documents. Oh, much better. Okay. Just go with the flow, like the tuna, not like the salmon that swims against the current. It's more difficult to say distribute.
Actually,
yeah.
I had a close call in Barrio Antioquia.
Tell us more.
It was near Barrio Antioquia. I was running in the airport, you know, outside the airport. You know, that is a good place to run. But I went to run at 9:30. So when I was crossing or passing by front of Barrio Antioquia, it was pretty dark, and I was like maybe alone in that street, and I were another person, and I crossed near him, and I noticed that he stopped and he started staring at me, and he came back to me. He was like approaching. So I become more aware and alert, and I start running, and he start following me. Following me. Yeah.
Oh my
so
God.
Maybe he cannot.
Thanks God. Thanks God, I was in my
top condition,
like
top physical shape.
Yeah, top condition.
Maybe
so he couldn't reach me.
He can offer something to you.
Yeah, that's why I start running.
He's like, come again. I know you. You always come here. Come. I have something.
I know you. You come
every
weekend for here.
Yeah.
Not so fast.
I didn't want to be rude, and I just say, "Fuck you, goodbye."
Oh, nice. Very encouraging.
But it was a
polite.
Goodbye.
You're a polite guy.
It was a close call.
It was a close call. You're right. That classifies as a close call. Yeah. So have you been back ever since?
Yeah, but not at 9:30 p.m.
At 9.
Maybe 9:20, but not 9:30.
Okay.
What is the name?
No, in the morning. Here? In the morning, at the evening, but not at night. It's not recommended.
What was the name of the guy that was chasing you?
What is the name of the mall center near to the Antioquia neighborhood, near to the airport?
Maybe Arcadia.
Arcadia is correct.
Arcadia
That's
near.
the name.
Yeah.
Johan, what was the name of the guy that was chasing after you?
Sorry?
What was the name of the guy that was chasing after you?
The name of the guy, I think it was motherfucker.
Perro loco,
Okay.
Perro loco.
Okay, when I was little, and no kid was more proud to get his trophy than Tucker Remy. I like this structure. No kid was more proud to get his trophy. No kid, okay? And that's nice, no kid. No kid was more proud than Tucker Remy. I guess this is Tucker, I suppose. Okay, clap, 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 clap. All the parents, like the boredom, right? Sometimes it's boring going to see the match that, the little kids play. It's very uneventful sometimes. All right, so Liana, it's your turn to shine.
I wonder if these kids will be messed up later on in life, though, because I know those soccer trophies are having an effect on me. Every so often, I'll think about entering a contest at school, but when I see the size of the trophies, I lose interest. I changed my mind.
Look at that.
Sign up for the
Huh?
geography bee.
Of course not. Look at that. Those are tiny compared to these babies, huh? These are behemoths by comparison. Look at that. Ridiculous. Anyway, anything that catches your eye here?
Is that later on in life?
Later on in life, yes.
Oh, but
Again,
messed
with
up,
the
messed
phrases
up.
that are longer.
Messed up. The whole phrase.
Oh, messed up. Yeah, will be messed up. You know, esto es lo que llamamos en español, van a tener un rayón. Van a quedar rayados. They will be messed up later on.
Maybe?
Van a
Maybe a
quedar
trauma?
rayados. Yeah, trauma.
Trauma.
They're going to be traumatized.
Marcados.
Yeah, they're going to be marked. Later on in life. Now, pay attention. This is the difference between the chef and the cook. All right? The cook says later. And the chef says later on in life, though. And then when you go to your interview at the IELTS interview center or whatever, then you say later on in life, though I was, and they're like, oh, I think you are approaching C2. Not sure yet. Continue speaking. Yeah. Later on in life, though. I mean, if Liana is listening to me talk and I say, oh, I don't know, later on in life, though, I was a little, and then she's like, don't talk. That's it. We end our meeting here. You are C2. Me, C2. Thank you. Yeah. All right. So that's it. I mean, that's all you need to do. You always have to think strategically, what is more attractive? What is out of place? Like the regular student is not going to say later on in life, though. If you just stick with later, it can be something that can be uttered by A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, or C2. But no doubt, it's going to be in that person's mind, the person that is interviewing you, that you are at a more advanced or superior level when you say phrases that are more, you know, like that. Besides being colloquial or idiomatic, they're more they have a longer sentence structure or phrase structure, because obviously it requires a certain expertise level to be able to produce them and make them sound like you're talking spontaneously. Just, you know, one of those cheap tricks, cheap plastic tricks. All right. Oh, love this one. Love this one. You know, and pay attention to the extra word or the extra words. I mean, you can simply say often. I'll often think about. But then what do you achieve when you say every so often? What would be in your mind right now? Of course, you're on the spot, Liana, but what do you think would be the difference in tone or attitude or whatever comes to mind when you compare often to every so often?
I guess every so often would be less often, but I'm not sure.
Okay, no, that's good. You know, like there's, you know, like when you say like every once in a blue moon, something like that.
Yeah, once in a
those
while.
phrases. And here the effect is that more words kind of distance things too. I mean, like not only physically, you can see that here ends the sentence and you have to wait for 3 more words till you continue the idea. So that suspension is what protracts time. It might be too technical. I'm starting to sound like a nerd, sorry. So yeah, more words, more time elapses in this case. Wow, unbelievable. Just discovered something here. So we're discovering fire all over again with Liana here. Thank you, Liana. That was pretty illuminating. Juan Carlos had
or if I can say often can be 75% and every so
Exactly.
often 90.
Ah,
90%.
absolutely. I mean, that's the whole magic trick. That's the whole routine. You have, look, guys, this is essentially what it is. You are going to have an interview with this person. The interview is going to last for 5 or 10 minutes. Most likely 5, because most people are boring, right? So 5 minutes. 5-minute window for that person to understand what level your English is located, on what level your English kind of classifies. And the same applies to you, Liana. You're going to have this interview, and the interviewer is going to have 5 minutes to decide. So what you do during that 5-minute span is all what is going to be left in this person's mind to decide. What you don't mention cannot be used either against or for you. It just cannot. Doesn't apply. So it's whatever you say. And so fill up the space of time with those phrases, those witticisms, those things that really are authentically something that is not necessarily expected. Definitely become memorable by being different.
That's it. It's just 5 minutes speaking.
Yeah, I mean, like it can go on.
There's
for
not
longer.
other parts.
Oh, it all depends on the test. It all depends on the
Oh,
test.
okay.
The different types of tests. Some tests are more elaborate. For example, we're going to start doing, or we have been doing every month, one activity. You should come to this activity. It's very interesting because it's one type of activity that is used for oral tests at a very advanced level. Very interesting. It's like a role play / improvisation session where you improvise and then your language really comes out the way it is used in actuality, I guess. Anyway, so the idea here is that you have 5 minutes. Impress your interviewer. Okay. So, you know, all those structures that you know that you need to use them. Okay. Like think about how you separate the wheat from the chaff. You know, like what's the difference between the chef and the cook? Okay. The cook would say this, the chef would say that. That's the comparison. So you go like an A1, A2, B1, B2, maybe wouldn't feel comfortable using conditional, hypothetical conditional. So you lead out every question with a hypothetical conditional. You know, like, what do you think of traffic in your city? What a stupid question. And if you give a stupid answer, you win a stupid prize, by the way. So you say, I hate it. Every day the same. Cars, cars, cars. No good. Don't like it. Bye. That's it. Yeah. And then, okay, how about this? That's an interesting question. If I had the chance when my parents, what, excuse me, what did you say? If you had the chance, oh, well, now C2 right there, right? That's it. You got that, Juan Carlos?
Tricks.
Conditionals, comparatives, for example, those are interesting. Okay.
It's a trick, and we are recording the classes.
Yes.
so I will watch many times these tricks.
Johan, your hand was up. I lowered your hand. I don't know if you still have a question or if you have something to say.
Keep rise.
He's probably doing concentration curls.
No.
Use el desodorante.
It's running near the Arcadia in this moment.
Yes.
He's probably
I'm
doing
drinking
burpees.
a beer.
Drinking a beer. I don't believe you. You have to show me. Anyway.
No, because you drink wine.
I drank one today. We made bolognese, my son and I, and for bolognese we use wine, and I drank the rest. It's the perfect excuse. I'm gonna bolognese today, yeah, and I drink the rest.
For today's wine,
of course, today's wine. I'll think about entering a contest at school, but when I see the size of the trophies, I lose interest. Yeah, I like the phrase "lose interest."
Are you going to the theater today?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm going to the theater. I'm going to go with Juanita, my wife. I have to pay attention, to what my psychology says. My psychology says, depending on how you number the people at your household, it reveals things about me. I'm gonna go with my wife, Juanita, and Jacob. Arturo has different plans. Arturo is my 21-year-old. So I'm gonna go with my wife, Jacob, and Juanita in that order. Okay. And we're gonna watch the same show. I mean, it's playing. I like it's the whole month they playing the same show. It's called Los de la Oficina.
The whale.
No, the guys from the office. It's called. It's an improvised show.
Oh, well.
No, the whale. No, my wife doesn't approve. Not anymore. The whale is forgotten. I lose interest. She lost interest. I changed my mind. Look, something interesting. Lose interest. You know, like grab those phrases and use them all the time. Because sometimes we don't use those phrases because they don't exist in Spanish. ¿Sí? O quizás no las vinculamos igual. Perdí el interés. Se me acabó el interés. I lost interest. Lose interest. Y también, I changed my mind. I like it. I changed my mind. And this one, sign up for. Yeah, sign up for. All right, and we're back to Friday. Who wants to read? Another person that wants to read these two paragraphs. Very easy. You just stick this finger that is next to the thumb, and with a force that comes from the elbow, you raise your hand.
Johan, down the hand.
Who? Who wants to read? Somebody. A courageous soul.
You choose.
Pick up
I
someone, Fab.
choose. Okay, Bernardo, let's read. Bernardo is like, no,
Hi,
no,
teacher.
no.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Bernardo, nice to hear your voice.
Okay, Friday. Today I read to most of the stuff I bought from the book fair, but when Mom saw what I got to replace it, she wasn't all that thrilled. On the thriller. Okay. I traded for a bunch of those spinning ticklers. Books everyone at school is so crazy about.
Interesting. By the way, listening to Bernardo, I was kind of reminded of something important, is that broadcasting school, which is the school, the kind of schooling that you get when you're going to be a broadcaster, which is the true professional of the voice, if there ever was one, because broadcasters are people that train to entertain just with their voices. Just with their voices. And those guys are good. Those guys are really good. The guys that talk on the radio. When they go to school, their training, most of their training is about picking up the copy of the newspaper of the day and just reading whatever randomly to get used to. And you never get used to the sound of your voice. They say that, not me. The professionals say that they never get used to the sound of their voices and they need to train over and over again, trying to get some kind of comfort in listening to your own voice reading. That's very important. It's very important for training. So reading aloud is a very good exercise altogether. Just saying. All right. And now, Liana, can you read for us, dear?
Friday. Today I returned most of the stuff I bought from the book fair, but when Mom saw what I got to replace it, she wasn't all that thrilled. I traded a bunch of those spine tickler books everyone at school is so crazy about.
We know what spine ticklers are really. They're called goosebumps. But obviously, if they put here goosebumps, they're going to get a major lawsuit coming their way. So they invented a new one. They created a new one. They made up a new one, spine ticklers, but there are goosebumps, of course. I love the fact that both these two words have the same vocalic sound, by the way. Can you read those two words, please, Liana?
Bought, saw.
Yeah, they have a quality that is kind of, like bought, saw, right? And they're both kind of long. Bought, saw. Well, saw is a little bit longer because it ends in a vowel, and words that end in vowels tend to be longer, elongated in English. Saw. All right. this word was a little tricky for Bernardo. Bernardo, you know what thrilled is?
No, teacher.
Does anybody know what thrilled is?
It's like excited.
Excited, yes, thrilled. But I love the remark. She wasn't all that thrilled. I like that remark. She's like, huh? She was like, she wasn't all that thrilled. She didn't care. That's what it means. Here. Anything interesting here?
Maybe the pronunciation is spine ticklers.
Spine ticklers.
Spine.
Yes.
Ticklers. Okay.
Spine ticklers. You understand
Well,
tickle, right?
Sound like it sounds two words. Spine tickle.
Ticklers. Yeah, to tickle is to make someone laugh by touch, you know, like the massages that they give you in Playa Baru. Don't get
That
them.
make you laugh.
They make you laugh. Yeah, my wife and I was trying to be a good husband. I've always tried to be a good husband. I don't know if I do a good job or not. You have to ask my wife. No, don't ask her. It's a better idea not to ask her. I paid for
100,000.
Yeah, exactly. I paid for a
1
massage.
million.
I paid for a massage and we couldn't stop laughing. It was tickles. It was a tickle massage. It's a massage tickler. I don't know. Terrible. Spine ticklers. Now, pay attention to this expression here. Crazy about. The opposite of that one. Somebody isn't thrilled about something, and the opposite is somebody's crazy about something. Those are opposites. Most of the stuff that I'm crazy about, guess what? My wife is not all that thrilled about. I'm sorry, we're different. She's a lawyer. I am a teacher. She's completely grounded in reality. I'm a free soul. I'm all crazy, you know, I have my crazy dreams that are just dreams and make me happy. But sometimes she sees me dreamy, all dreamy-eyed, and she goes like, pops it.
Pops.
That's me. Yeah.
The attorney was on all the wild thrill about.
My attorney wife was not too thrilled about the whale.
Fabian was so crazy about.
No, it really touched a chord in me. I was crying. I was literally crying. The tears were rolling down my cheeks when my wife turned around to say, let's go, let's skip this shit show, was more or less what she was thinking. Let's skip this. And she saw me that I was, you know, nothing could console me at that point. And I was aware of my wife beaming down on me, you know, she wanted to leave, but she saw me crying and she's a good wife. She stayed. She suffered through it. It's a good movie. Oh, can you believe it? We fought over that movie and the kids were involved because she was trying to explain. Say, I don't know, maybe it's his past. She said, look at how mean she is. I don't know, maybe it's his past, his pecadillos, his, I don't know, his sins from the past. And my kids are, and I'm going, oh, no, that's not it. It was a beautiful movie. Explain to me what was beautiful. Terrible. What is this? Zombies for breakfast and the brain with a mind of its own. All right. By Spooky, by I'm Spooky. Okay. All right, Liana, you can continue now till the end, the bitter end.
Mom said she wanted me to get books that were more challenging, but I didn't really have much of a choice. Since the book fair is a few weeks before Halloween, this is the kind of stuff they're selling.
Makes sense. Challenging books. Are these books that we're reading right now challenging to you? I don't know. But they're enjoyable, right? And we can have conversations. I tell you this much. They are so unchallenging that we end up talking about my wife all the time. You might be sick by now. It's like, again with the wife. right? Liana is like, what did you talk about today in your Spanish lesson English class? The teacher's wife, says Liana. Liana, do you ever discuss with your friends or with your family what we do here?
Yeah, sometimes.
What do they say?
I was no, because I was telling
crazy.
somebody I was telling somebody yesterday that we were reading The Diary of a Wimpy Kid because we used to read them when we were kids. So
And what happened? What was their reaction?
I know they were just like, oh, I love those books. But it's like, I mean, I find it enjoyable even as an adult, honestly. Like it's funny. A lot of good like figures of speech and different sayings.
Exactly. That's
Maybe
very clever. It's true.
Liana, maybe just your friends want to join us to this group.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I'll ask them.
Yeah.
Invite
more monos, more
Yes.
blondes.
I have a question, a grammar question. Fabs.
Please.
Why the comma afterward challenging is before the
Good point. Very nice. This is super extremely sophisticated, like me. Well, really, to be honest, because it looks good, but there is a rule. Here is not necessary, but in quoted speech, which is the speech that you quote, and this classifies as that, maybe he's doing that. She said, challenging. When you do that with, air quotes, to be sarcastic, for example, my wife said I needed something more challenging. I do that with my kids. And they're like, yeah. Yeah. So this is the thing. When you are reporting, you always leave the punctuation inside. And that's a good eye, Juanca. That's good punctuation, to put the punctuation inside. You separate the parts that are direct quotes from the rest of the text by commas normally. Sometimes there's also, like exclamations, questions, and periods. Yeah. But they all go inside the quotes. They never leave the quotes. They belong to the quote.
in Spanish is different.
Yeah, in Spanish it's different, but in English it's like that. And pay attention. This could be optional or maybe a mistake, because I don't think that this is a report. But if it were a report, it would be fitting. Yeah, I think it's a report. And then a comma goes inside. Good that you notice. It's a good question. It's just a matter of style. That's the style the English normally uses. And that, my friends, the position of the comma, knowing it, is what separates the chef from the cook. Yeah. Es lo que separa al chef del guiso, para que aprendas a decirlo en español, Liana. It doesn't really exist in English, but in Spanish, sí. Así es que se conoce al guiso. That's the way you can tell this guy is just a cook, not a chef. ¿Sí? Como cuando, dígame, por ejemplo, Elizabeth, digamos que le enviaba a alguien un texto, es que, ay, hola Elizabeth, tú eres muy querida, salgamos, y entonces salgamos que con Z. Ella dijo, ay, no, un guiso. Yeah, just kidding. Yeah, but that's the way that you separate people that are more and less sophisticated. And it's just having a good eye and being interested.
It's important to say if you have or you will have a report or a test for writing. In this case,
Oh yeah,
it's important
yeah.
to take care in this one.
And sometimes people are unaware of these little niceties, let's call them. But like, I mean, those tests now, most of the mechanical part of those tests are graded by machines because they're cheaper.
Yep.
I mean, just like feed anything to ChatGPT and it gives you immediate feedback. So obviously, the bulk of text revision is going to be done by machines. I mean, soon enough, it's going to be all machines. And the machine is not going to forgive that little mistake. You're not going to see it. You're going to think it's unimportant, but that's going to represent minus 0.5, for example. That's it. All right, so let's do one last page. How about that? One last page with Liana, and then we dispatch everybody home.
Frighteningly good reads.
Ooh.
I'd say about 90% of the books at the fair were from the Spine Tickler series. There were a bunch of spine ticklers ripoffs too. I don't know if it's legal to do that kind of thing, but something about it doesn't seem right.
What is, let me see the picture. Okay. Oh, here, the.
And
Look
knee
at these.
knockers. My brother is a no-brainer by MT Grave.
Empty grave.
Rib tickler. Rib ticklers. The day my belly button tried to eat me by Are You Scared?
That was bad, but this one is good. Empty grave was good.
I have a friend with a belly in this one. With chips in his belly.
Does anybody know what ripoff is?
Deshacerse.
No, not in this case. Try again. Pay attention, there are clues. I don't know if it's legal. And look at the books. They're not spine ticklers. They're knee knockers and rib tinglers. So what's a ripoff? Liana, what's a ripoff?
In this case, like knockoffs, fakes.
Similar to knockoff, right? I would say knockoff too, which is chiviado. Did you know that word? Chiviado. Like something that is not authentic. I mean, in my version of Spanish, I'd say chiviado. What do you say, Eddie? What do you say, Juanca? You live in different places of Colombia. ¿Cómo dicen ustedes en Colombia? Por ahí tenemos todavía a Johan, o Johan ya se emborrachó.
Chivo.
De triple A versión. O trucha.
El chivo y
Chiviado.
el otro también con la M en la mitad.
Ah, sí, chimbo. Sí, ese libro es chimbo. Total, puede ser. Chimbo, chiviado. ¿Cuál otro?
En Argentina es lo que dicen trucha.
Trucha. En Argentina,
Sí.
vea.
Anto nos puede confirmar.
Interesante, sí, o sea, que no es original o auténtico. Es a knockoff. Y a rip-off normalmente es como una tumbada que le meten a uno como que un engaño, un robo. ¿Ya?
Estafa.
Una estafa. Knockoff, no rip-off, normalmente es knockoff. Es eso, una cosa que no es auténtica, lo que uno cree que está comprando en AAA, etc.
But in USA, I guess it's something novelty, something like that. In Colombia, is a part of
Normally.
the landscape. It's a part
Yeah,
of
in
the
Colombia,
landscape.
Part of the
is right next door. The knockoff is right next door. You have here Crocs and right here Evacol. It's the same thing, just different names.
Yes,
Yepa.
absolutely.
For example, the Pepe jeans also.
Pepe jeans.
In Cali, the Pepe, the mark, the brand Pepe for blue jeans. The people come to US to take the situation, because need to give to make a demand for these people, because these people make rip-offs of this kind of dress, or this kind of pants.
They continue to use the logos, but they just change the name. Like ardillas, you know, like squirrels. Looks like Adidas. So they just sell the same logo and ardillas. Or they have the swoop, or whatever you call it, of Nike, and then they put bike. So it's just
Mike.
funny.
Mike.
Or Mike or bike. It's crazy. It's crazy, and there's a lot of that here.
But it's part of the landscape. in Colombia.
Instead, Puma, Fuma.
Fuma, yes, Fuma por Puma. Lisa is like, yeah, I've seen that.
She's glad she
okay.
left.
That's why she laughs quietly. Yeah, like, look at my socks. Yeah, all right. So there you go, my friends.
It's another way to say to Liana, because Liana comes here early or soon to prepare. for this kind of people.
Oh, she needs to be prepared. Yes, we need to prepare Liana. Yeah. So when she lands in the country, she's more comfortable. Oh, I understand. Yes. Bike, Nike. All right. So what are your plans for tonight? What are you gonna do? I'm going to the theater, by the way. I'm going to the theater with the wife and the kids. So I'm gonna be a good husband and a good dad.
I'm gonna watch a series called Last Kingdom.
Good point. Good point. But I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that. Thank you. Series. That magic word. Pilas. Batteries. We say in Spanish pilas to say pay attention. Pilas is both singular and plural. It looks like it's plural, but it's singular. I'm sorry. That's why Eddie, who's a pro in the language now, he said, I'm going to watch a series. Beautiful. A series. There you go. I was going to mention that.
Cito.
Cito el niño. All right. So Eddie's going to watch a series on TV. Juanca is going to what? Juanca looks like he's ready to go to bed.
I take a
couple of beers.
No, with a motorcycle, go out.
Just to get the wind in your hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Cool, man.
Receive the wine.
Aventearse.
Exactly.
To get the wind. Aventearse.
In my face.
Very nice. Cool. And Liz, what are you going to do? What's the plan?
Dinner with friends.
Dinner with friends. Wow, sophisticated. That was a surprise. You said dinner like with friends. Are they coming over or are you going over?
We are going.
Oh my God, chop. Go. Chop. Or are you ready? Are you ready?
Here.
Oh, it's too early. Oh yeah, it's early.
Wine.
Sorry. What time is it?
Wine for tonight. Wine for tonight too.
Yes.
To be expected. What time is it over there, Liz?
5:20.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
2 hours
cool.
minus.
You're cool.
What
Right
state
here
are
is
you in?
7:20.
Liz, where do you live?
San Francisco.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because here it's 8:23.
8:23. Where do you live?
Me.
All right. So yeah. What's your plan for tonight, Liana?
Finishing some of these projects, hopefully.
Oh yeah, Liana is finished. She's wrapping up her semester this coming week, right? And then you're gonna be free.
Yeah.
Then she's gonna be free. What are you gonna do with all that free time? Great.
In Spanish, you can say estoy enchicharronada.
Yeah.
Proyecto. Enchicharronada con un proyecto.
Yeah. I'm all held up with the project in Chicharronada. And Diana, what are you gonna do? Diana, tonight, ¿qué? ¿Qué hay que hacer, Diana, esta noche? ¿Qué hay que hacer tonight? Creo que Diana está comiendo.
Ya lo está haciendo.
En la boca llena, entonces no puede hablar. So,
Diana is
what about
sleeping.
Bernardo? Bernardo, what are you doing tonight, buddy? Staying home?
Yes, teacher, because I need to do some I'm gonna do some university assignment.
Good job, man. You're a good man. Busy Bernardo. Busy Bernardo.
The boys, man.
The voice. Yeah, okay. So good luck to everybody. Thank you for being here. This was a very pleasant soiree with La Liana and with all of you guys. Thank you very much. And I hope that you have a lovely rest of evening. Enjoy the wind in your hair, the wine in your glass, the series on your TV, the lentejas in your mouth, and the studying that you have to do, both Liana and Bernardo. No, best of luck in your endeavors. Be happy, and I'll see you soon. If you want to come over tomorrow, Liana, you're more than welcome. And as you were, soldiers. Bye-bye.
Bye. Good night.
Bye-bye, and don't be cheap plastic.